What up, y'all? It's Trash Mike here with J Badge, the casual gamer. J Badge streams. 2K news. We finally started getting 2K news this week. We got the gameplay trailer. We got the gameplay blog. We got another gameplay video of Mike Wang and Tyrese Halliburton talking, which I mean, don't we probably won't watch that. But then most importantly, we got what we get. This is becoming an annual tradition this time of year. Mike Wang is on Twitter for the only time of the year he's really on Twitter like that, and on Reddit and everything, and is answering a bunch of questions. So we'll go through what he said about the gameplay so far. Mike Wang, head gameplay developer at 2K, kind of the guy that runs the game at the top. So we're gonna get into it. We're gonna start by just watching the trailer. Anything, J Bad, before we jump in? I know you talked a little about it already.
Um, no, not much. Just fleshing out more on what I've said in my previous videos. Honestly, I haven't been reading any of the since I last talked about it. Since I last talked about it, just the amount of Q&As he's answered since. I'm interested to go through those because I haven't read any of them. So yeah, I want to see some of the new Q&As he got. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I feel like you went over it kind of day of, and I feel like it usually is a two or 3 day thing. When he'll kind of, it's a little break, like give news, and you can tell they start locking back in on the game. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it, and let's just start by watching the trailer. Enjoy, y'all. My favorite play of the trailer. I'll explain why later.
that the pass.
Yeah, yeah. Mm. It's kind of a crazy shot. Kind of a trash 2K play, though, I ain't gonna lie. We'll get into it. All right. Oh yeah, that part too. We got a lot to get into. We're definitely gonna go through the trailer like bit by bit, if you're down for it time wise, because there's a lot.
Yeah,
Mellow. All right. Out here. All right. Initial thoughts. Any initial thoughts just from watching it?
Uh, t- hold on. Boom. 2K makes really good trailers. I'll say
Mm-hmm.
that. They make good trailers, but I don't know. Yeah, just a few things in there. I think the what you were talking about with the pass,
Mm-hmm. The
just the new
Jokic
what was it, the
play.
wraparound pass,
Yeah.
that,
No.
and I like the emphasis on I think at the end, just the contact on the dunk.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, just the contact on the contest, like for dunks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just I don't
Nothing.
know. Just seems like that they're less anime. I don't know, less animation based for the
Yeah.
offense, and just
Mm-hmm.
like maybe turning that into just more content. I don't know, offensive versus defensive stuff instead of
Mm-hmm.
just defensive players getting caught in the animations this year. Like actually being
Exactly.
able to go up and contest and actually mean something instead of
Mm-hmm.
when they pick and choose when you're there, but it doesn't feel like you're there because the offensive players in the animation. So it seems like they're trying to get rid of that just
Mm-hmm.
from trailer and what I've read.
No, exactly. It's a good call. I feel like that was probably, I think where pro play is like at the core of a lot of this stuff, right? And I think that's the interesting pro play thing to see is that they thing that they talked about a lot with 2K24 and pro play was the ability to branch out and stuff, right? You're not locked into like any canned animation, right? You can kind of break out anything at
Yeah.
any time. And it seems like they're continuing to push. I feel like that's the kind of when they use the phrase we'll talk about what Mike talked about on the video, but the machine learning technology seemed a lot of that being able to just make that look smooth and seamless, right? Breaking from one
Yeah.
move to another move. And I think you're hoping on defense there is that level of I don't have to wait through a long steal animation before I can jump into something else. I think you mentioned the contact. They're trying to
Yeah.
really fix the body ups there, and it seems like it's something that you're not just caught in. You have some effect with your timing and everything like that. But yeah, that's a lot of that. You tell the things they're trying to emphasize with the way the trailer looks. I think part of why they want to emphasize that kind of the fluidness, right? The lack of getting caught in animation. I think that's the reason there's so much James Harden in the trailer, because I think he's one of the
Yeah.
guys who I think because he's in California and just because his SIGs are kind of important, just how the game develops. Like they have a lot of James Harden pro play, and you can tell like they showed him a lot because he moves really smooth throughout like kind of any motion because the way the pro play works, it's not just like your handles, your passes, like the way the player walks, the way the player does everything. But you see it in there. I would say the thing that stood out the most to me, surprising, just from the first watch, especially watching it now, like probably the first time I watched on like a bigger, nicer screen. Um,
Mhm.
the lighting, we'll see. The lighting just 2K's lighting is usually bad. The lighting seemed cool this year. I think some people would say the last year was a step in the right direction, but it seems like the lighting feels more dynamic than it has been in actually trying to simulate arenas. And kind of even want to go for more than realistic, right? Like you want it to you want everything to kind of like they're always talking about sweat, but like you want that shine, you want to see the lighting on the floor and everything. But I feel like you see that the way the game is lit, it looks a lot cleaner than sometimes it does. A lot of times it'll
Yeah.
look a little more video gamey. Or not even video game, just kind of washed out with colors and everything. But it seemed like it popped. It seemed really dynamic in that way. And yeah, there's a lot of little stuff as we were watching going on. I think one other thing I was going to say, they usually, I feel like the gameplay trailer is usually like the first big trailer is usually players who are on new teams now that we haven't got to see technically wear the New Jersey yet. Like you got a lot of Clay in the
Mhm.
trailer of the last year kind of type thing. You usually get guys who have been traded or signed. Obviously the new rookies, like whoever the top names are in it, but you still got Cooper and all that. But we didn't have a lot of like uh old faces, new places. That's usually a big part of the trailer is old
Yeah.
faces, new places kind of type thing. But I wonder how much of that is they really wanted to showcase the people who have the most pro play
The
kind of
most
in there.
pro
Yeah, it's
play.
like
Yeah.
here are the players that like it's gonna look seamless, like every movement out there because we've got like all of it kind of in there. Like even the little bit it gets you Cooper, a little bit you get up Cooper is like a little bit because they don't have as much for him. But yeah, you could tell it's the people like so they locked in on Wemby. They want to make sure they capture Wemby as best as possible. You see that in there. So Harden and Steph, you got all the pieces. Donovan Mitchell, interestingly enough. But yeah, no, that was probably initial thoughts. I'm gonna let you make the call here. Should we go through the trailer slow real quick, or should we go through the blog real quick first?
Uh,
I feel like we can go through blog and then we'll kind of know what to look for with the trailer
yeah.
going slow. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go through blog first.
All right, for sure. Let's see. I'm not gonna do the video because the video is just a shorter version of the blog, and all. Yeah, it was fine. All right, so we're just gonna hit points. I don't know. I know you kind of read through it, but yeah, we're gonna hit on the important stuff. I think we both read it, so we're not gonna go through the process of reading everything. But when we get to stuff that just stands out, first thing obviously pro play gonna be a huge focus. It always is for them. Really since 2K23, I want to say. Even though I don't know if they had called it pro play yet, but you see it's been the big kind of move in the way they make the game. We're not doing mocap as much anymore, right? With guys kind of replicating players' moves with the little balls on all around kind of type thing. We got this pro play, and they're trying to make it as much of that as possible. Getting the little bit of Cooper flag we got right there. Oh, first thing, rhythm shooting. You got any thoughts? I feel like I like what you were saying about the rhythm shooting and the enhancements. Oh,
Uh,
I can explain it because I feel like you did a good job explaining it, but also the way they explained it is very confusing.
yeah, because
So
they sounded like they contradicted themselves.
yeah, so
Because they
because it
said
sounds
there's
like it's
no
not
clear
RNG.
advantage.
Yeah. And they made it.
Yeah.
I feel like it was two things saying like there's no clear range. Also, kind of trying to explain it's not RNG, and then explaining in a way where there's a variation to the window, which felt I think weird. So that's the thing with rhythm shooting. There's two parts to your rhythm shot, right? There's the traditional timing that like the same. That's the same for all of us. You know what I mean? Like just you start your shot, you let go of the button at the right time, or you let go of the stick, or you start the next part of that. So that's your timing part of your rhythm shot, right? The next part of it is how
Yeah.
quickly you push the stick through your shot, right? If you do the actual stick through your shooting motion properly, that's the other
Yeah.
part of your timing. That's the part that is no RNG. You have your green window bow. Like that's your green window that you have for that part, and that determines whether you green or not, whether you nail the rhythm part right. The better you do with the
Yeah.
timing, the more of a buff you're gonna get to that green window. So your green window will be bigger if you nail the timing part right for that rhythm. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? You have more
Yeah.
leeway to get the rhythm right. So that seems like the only real difference as far as how it's going to really register for like online gameplay type thing. I want to see how, because there's this thing you would feel it in the game, right? Where like I would have somebody closing out to me, so I would try to flick the, like, just naturally you try to flick the stick forward quicker, like kind of like you're trying to get a shot off quick, like one of those like kind of releases. You know what I mean? So like you would do
Yeah.
that in the game last year, and you would feel it. Wasn't really a whole lot in the game to support it, but you would feel that like trying to rush it. It seems like that's in the game now, where if you can do that correctly, you can quick shot, like not even just the L2 quick shot, the new thing, but you can like quickly get it off with your rhythm shot by flicking the stick faster because you know somebody's closing out and still green it
Yeah.
from how they're. I don't know how that's gonna work, but that's kind of what they're talking
Yeah.
about with the enhanced rhythm shooting here. Where like kind of in the same way, you know how they had back in the day. It's like timing was really bad, you get a high shot. Timing was really, or it was really fast, you get a line drive. If it was really slow, you get like a high arcing shot. Like different ways to kind of tell you
Yeah.
visually what your time is going to be. They're doing that with the rhythm shooting too, where it seems like every piece of it, your pullback timing and the rhythm of your push forward, is all going to be replicated in how your player actually like goes through the motion. So we'll see what it looks like. It'll
Yeah.
be interesting. I'm interested what to see there. We did enough. You gonna try it this year, or you sticking with button shooting?
I'm gonna try it, but that's the thing. That's what I for the quick shooting thing. Do you think that
Yeah.
you're gonna have to use rhythm shooting to quick shoot in a way?
No,
I don't
so
know.
the
Or
no, so quick shoot is just LT. Let me see if I can find it actually. But the quick shoot is just like, it's a thing that I think a lot of us do already. Where like when you're spacing, you're just holding
yeah.
LT kind of position. But as long as you're holding LT on your catch, so it's like thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a the quick shot is not a off the dribble thing. It's just catch and shoot shots. It's kind of the Clay
Uh,
Thompson. It's kind of the Clay. Imagine Clay catching in the corner, catches it up here, never like dips and up. Instead, he just catches it and shoots. You
mm-hmm.
know what I mean? So that's essentially what they're
Yeah.
giving us the ability to do. Or if like I'm Clay Thompson in the corner, I got LT held, or I'm a corner shooter on threes, LT held on that pass. Say it's a long outlet, I should be able to catch it and go straight into the shot like a little quicker. I don't know how people are going to time that, especially with rhythm shooting for the faster releases. But I think that's the thought process there. It's only for catch and
Yeah.
shoots though.
Okay.
Everything here. See if we can find
But
it.
yeah, I'm gonna try some rhythm shooting this year, cause
Mm-hmm. You
yeah,
could
I
you,
don't know.
you could
Just
tell.
seems like that's where they're pushing. It's the direction they're going.
Exactly. Like you said, even though they're trying to describe it as even, it's still that thing where like you're describing it as even, but you're telling us that, yeah, my time, like I'm timing, but my timing is just going to make my rhythm part like easier, where it's just kind of, you get the twofold. You get two chances to make a good shot kind of type thing.
Mm.
Let's see how it goes. What else we got? Green or miss? You want to talk about no RNG now, or we want to just, I mean, green or miss? Y'all know what that means. We're back to it.
Like,
Nothing,
yeah,
not what last year was, where yeah, for whatever reason we thought shot profiles were good for competitive and for ranked. I don't know why they thought that was going to work, but yeah, so I think shot
yes, get
profiles
that
are
out of here.
shot profiles are
Yeah,
gone.
no more.
I don't think anybody liked them other than I guess people that aren't good at timing their shots, but I think everybody got pissed at just watching people make just shots aren't supposed to go in, for lack of
White.
a better way to
Yeah,
put it. Yeah, no, like that's, I think it was beyond the white, definitely the whites, but just the like, bro, that was a yellow, release
yeah,
on a red contest, and he made that somehow, like that type of thing.
yeah.
So that's all. That seems like it's all gone. Seems like they're going full too. Like, I think that's the whole thing. It says it's not like even in 2K24, because 2K always had the thing, or every now and then, even before last year with the profiles, somebody would just make a white. Like it got rarer and rarer as 2K
Mm-hmm.
went on, to the point where you get to 24 where it's like super rare, but technically it happened every now and then. And it's just like that seems like it's fully gone now. You're going to green it or you're going to miss pretty
Green or
much
nothing. Yeah.
any competitive space in the game. Any competitive space, even non-competitive space in the game, if you want to play above pro, we're on green or miss. So we're here. I know
Yeah.
there's real percentage people that probably aren't gonna like that. I'm sure you can still do your real percentages, but it's a hard balance to find. So
If you
excited
are
about.
doing real percentage, you're crazy.
Yeah,
Nah, yeah,
especially
green or
online.
miss is
Hmm.
yeah, online. That's what I'll say. Green or miss is perfect for like that's how
Hmm.
online is supposed to be, I feel like.
Exactly. I feel like there's
Even
a.
if, yeah.
I feel
But
like
are
people.
they okay, but are they making shooting more does that mean shooting's gonna be easier to because like I feel like they still have to cater to the bad shooters that they were giving the
Yeah.
reward to last year, and I wonder
No.
if they're just not gonna cater to them all
Yeah.
and just make them learn to shoot, or but I just can't see them
No.
doing that. I see them like just where gaming
Yeah.
is now. They're gonna
Yeah.
try to cater to lower skill players some way, which is kind of what is
Yeah.
it? Yeah, we're gonna get into the no RNG, so it's like I'm just
It's gonna
interested to see
be.
how they're about to balance just
I think. I think it's gonna be the window as we expect it to start, but with no RNG, and people are gonna realize like, oh, we used to complain about how the meter would move around. That was, man, it was giving us a lot, and we're gonna get to. It's like, oh, a lot of people are just gonna be, oh, it's really hard to make shots in this game actually, and that's gonna last for like
yeah,
2 or 3 weeks max, maybe even a week or two, and then people are, yeah, then it's gonna go back to making, just going to make the windows a little bigger, and then the comp is going to start shooting. Once you see the comp start not shooting like between 40 and 60% from three, but shooting like 60 to 80% from three, that's when you'll know we're kind of, but I think it's going to be a lot of that, because I think they are going
mm,
to, like you said, like people are going to complain. I think they're going to give in, and I think they're going to, just because they're going to keep the no RMG, they're going to make the skill level for shooting a lot lower, which means for a comp,
yeah,
highest levels of comp, niggas just aren't going to miss kind of type thing. But yeah, it'll be how it goes. I feel like I think it'll be helpful for helping 2K actually find a meta. I think that's probably the biggest thing. As much as it's frustrating that people can kind of feel like it makes everything, I think what we learned is everything is better than nobody really knowing who's going to make shots in this game, and they're not necessarily
yeah.
being skill assigned to that every game you play, kind of type thing. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting space to see. I really want to see what rank look like. I think the fact that it's only going to be the second year of ranked, the fact that their first year
Yeah,
ranked was
that's
the
what I
same
want
year
to
they
see.
introduced this like shot profile, I think is kind of wild. So it'd be interesting. And we just see ranked in a world where 2K is just even just closer to 2K24, beyond whatever they're promising actually. So it's gonna be interesting. I want to see.
Yeah,
Proving Grounds is gonna be an interesting space this year.
I have
I really,
high expectations for Proving
yeah,
Grounds,
yeah.
2K26, because last year that was, I mean, first year I didn't expect it to be perfect, but it was just sloppy. I just want them to, y'all know, y'all got in there, y'all got into the ranked world, so like,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I hope they feel like they should have learned a lot last year just about like what how a ranked mode is actually supposed to function. It's
Exactly.
just I think they need to just redo everything, but I feel like they're gonna still keep like the same point system, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
They got to make people want to play it. You got to make people take it
Mm-hmm.
serious as a comp mode because I feel like towards the a lot of people stopped going to proving grounds and
Yeah.
just ended up in what's it called inside Ante up like to play comp. Like I want to
Yeah.
see the best players in proving grounds
Yeah.
all through the year. I feel like it was people were heavy on it, pretty heavy on it
Mm-hmm.
when 2K25 first dropped, but you slowly see like
Mm-hmm.
people stop caring about it just because I don't like the level up system wasn't the greatest. I just feel
Yeah,
like
they gotta fix that.
they didn't know how to do their point system really because yeah it
Mm-hmm.
was just for how short their seasons are and how long it takes
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
to get through
I didn't think
just
about that.
a
Yeah,
division is it wasn't a good balance. So like they gotta
yeah. Because I
that's what
mean,
they gotta really fix.
actually, that's a good. How are there any games that do seasons as short as sports games do, like that? I feel like most. Well,
Uh
I feel like they're just longer, right? Because 2K seasons are 6 weeks. I just feel like most people do like just. I feel like just being on rematch and watch in Marvel Rivals, I guess, and seeing those seasons, and it's like, no, these just last a lot longer. And I wonder how much they
yeah.
got to think about that. They need to think about that. I think I've never heard that point. That's a really good point. Just that's a big thing for getting people probably into ranked. Just because it just feels like if you're not gonna know life of the game, you're just gonna maybe you'll push up to like high silvers by the, you know what I mean, type thing. Like,
Yeah.
or like, and that's if like you got a crew that's like you're just winning, like never really losing type thing. It's just you gotta,
Mm.
yeah, just 6 weeks is not a lot of time. You gotta make the
So
goals achievable.
what they really need to do is what I forgot what game did this, but you got to
Yeah, from the
separate your
yeah,
ranked seasons from the game seasons. That's what they
yeah,
need to get to. Just have your
mm-hmm,
whole rank. The ranked is
yeah.
just ranked has their own seasons,
No,
and yeah, keep it separate from the game season. That would be the best way to
mm-hmm.
do it
That
if they're
makes a lot of
trying to.
sense.
I mean, if they want to keep this point system, because yeah, it was just bad last year. It was terrible balance.
No,
Didn't really
feel
make any sense.
a good point. I feel like if you doubled it, all right, just if you every two season past seasons you got just one ranked season, just four ranked seasons
Exactly.
instead of 8 or 9, makes more
Exactly.
sense. Yeah, no, because then you really split up the ground. Yeah, no, they gotta figure it out. Okay, I like it. Green or miss? Yeah, we're probably gonna talk more RNG. Maybe we talked enough about it. Custom layups. I'm kind of hyped about this. You got any thoughts? The fact that you can mix it all together
Oh
now,
yeah,
kind of like handles.
they finally did that. I've said it on mine. I'm not giving them points for that because that should have been a thing.
Yeah, for real.
But yeah, that's just what you could have a step floater with James Harden Euro step, and they doing it
Hmm.
with ball handling too and everything. Just
It's
like
kind of already been in there for ball handling. It's kind of like the
yeah,
layups
no,
now get
yeah.
to be like ball handling, where you have all your different like kind of sets, kind of type thing. Be interesting if they ever. That's kind of the interesting thing is like to your point. Are they ever going to break it down even more? Where like I can pick like because it's not like your crossover you pick is like four different crossovers, right? Like if they ever get to a point where you can
Yeah,
actually get into the weeds and like the one I do in motion is Steph's and the one I do stationary is Harden's kind of type thing. That would be crazy if
yeah,
we ever got to that point, even with layups, because this is cool. This is really cool. The fact, like, again, can't give them too much credit because, like, why hasn't this been in the game at this point? Very cool that you can mix and match. I was talking to bro for offline. That's even really interesting. I feel like because I feel like they don't have good player packages for the eras guys all the time. But if you can take in bits and pieces from players and kind of craft like a Tracy McGrady
yeah,
package with some of Anthony Edwards, some of Kobe, some, you know what I mean? Kind of put all the pieces
yeah.
to make those layup packages and those handle packages come together, kind of like you already can with handle. It's like a cool place you could take it. But I wonder if we ever get to the next level where it's like all the different euros and all the different scoops you have, like kind of in the arsenal, you can kind of pick, make your full bag. That
Pick
would
and
be
choose.
interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of like do with dunks now. They kind of did it with dunks where you can kind of pick and choose which parts of packages you want. But yeah,
Mhm.
it'd be interesting if we ever get there. But yeah, excited about this. Um, yeah, no, I feel like just the idea of I feel like mixing Harden's euros with anything, I feel like opens up a lot. But we'll see. We'll see
Yeah,
what it
I
ends
hope
up looking
they
like.
have their, and I also hope they have a lot of options. I know they be trying
Yeah,
to add new ones like through different
yeah.
seasons,
I feel
but
like they
like I
need
feel
to get
like
rid of that.
I don't know. You don't want to see everybody with the same. Once people
Yeah,
figure out what's the meta or what's the good ones, I feel like
yeah,
you don't want to meta with something like this. I feel like I
yeah.
want like that means you just got to give people options. Like
The seasons,
yeah, I don't know. You don't want to see everybody doing the same
yeah.
thing.
I like the season's concept of like, oh, this is Tyrese's season, so we got some Tyrese packages. But to your point, like, if you're gonna do that, it can't just be one, like, because then everybody's just gonna be using Tyrese's stuff because Tyrese's stuff dropped, and that's all that kind of dropped. That was new, you know what I mean? That's why I never got
Exactly.
like each season you
Yeah.
just kind of brought one player's package versus like at least like one position, like give us some guard stuff, give us some big stuff, but even like just yeah, if you're gonna do this, like actually give us a big swath of animations each time so people can still be individual. Like yeah, so not everybody's just using the same stuff. Um,
Yeah.
and I get rolling them out because everybody finds the metas anyway. But I feel like, yeah, just find the more stuff. The more you give us, the more people can find creative ways to play the game. Actually,
Yeah. Give us more metas, if anything, if that makes it sound better for us.
yeah,
Give us more stuff because
yeah,
yeah, once people find and stick to one thing that works, that's where it gets kind of boring. Just
exactly. That's all they had on
especially for
all.
me, because I don't
Yeah,
like to use the same stuff as y'all. I'll be purposely kind of not.
yeah. No, I feel like that's the thing. I feel like they opened it up. I feel like the game has gotten a lot better, to their credit, over the last like half decade at being able to play the game, like have success in the game without like doing exactly
Yeah.
what you need to do. I feel like you'll watch like videos of like some old head who just like, hey, I'm just gonna play the block and y'all can't really guard me here if I know what I'm doing. Like there's different ways to kind of make it happen. But yeah,
Yeah.
hoping the more we get, I think that's the cool part of pro play. We're just getting a lot more animations, and hopefully it just. I want to see. It felt like a lot more last year compared to the year before. I want to hope this year was just like we got way more motion styles, way more dribbles, way more all that. But we'll see. Speaking of which, we gonna talk about signature. You post build. You making it big this year. So how you feel about the? Did you use signature go tos at all this year? Like if you
Um,
hold down
nah,
up to
not
kind of
much.
yeah.
Cause I didn't play much big
Well, no,
this
this
last
that's the
one.
thing. They didn't have it for bigs last year. This is like kind of as a guard, like
Oh,
whereas on the wing slave, like the go to shots. Like if I just held the stick forward, they would
oh,
start
held
like
the stick. Oh,
yeah.
yeah. No, I didn't end up using it much.
Yeah, I feel like it's a skill. There's a skill to it for people that want to start like stringing stuff together. I feel like the more they get more pro play in there, the more it's going to be able to like start doing like ants little between the legs right into like whatever cross move you want to set up and stuff like that. But I think for their posts, they're really dope. So like this is also what I want to talk about. So this is like Jokic's, right? It makes sense as Jokic does. Like you can just press capture in the post. I'm presuming just hit up on the stick essentially, just to like go to hook shot, and he'll just set up this move right there kind of type thing. And the cool part is right
Now,
you can break out of it
are you able to stop that? That's what I was about to say. You can break out of that when you get him to jump on the pump fake, lean in, get the foul.
It works really well already with the guards, like because De'Aaron had a really nice one that was a really explosive move, like into a step back, but you can do the explosive crossover right into like another move and just like cancel essentially and just drive out of it. And it was like just a really good hezzy that you got out of a bigger animation set from kind of De'Aaron type thing. But yeah, you could look at this right now and just imagine off of the pump, right? Just let it go right there. And you set up a nice little pump fake for an up and under kind of type thing. Which I wanted to say my favorite, I'm going to find it. We're going to go back to the trailer more. But why it's my favorite moment of the trailer, where is it? Jokic. It was earlier on. About right here. It's because this is that. So look at the move we just saw. This move, right? That's his go-to post move. This is him breaking out of it to make a pass, essentially. And just look how smooth this is. Like, you don't see any breaking animation, essentially. Pass, watch, move, same move, right into a pass. Like, nothing. It looks like just like its own animation kind of type thing. But that's off of the same thing as this. Just passing and so that's the part that makes me hype about this game. Just more, it's just gonna be able to string everything together. It's gonna be seamless more and more. Very cool. So yeah, signature post moves. Be excited. I want to see what Hakeem's is gonna be. This would be cool, kind of see what they get in for some of the older players. I'm kind of interested what Shaq's is gonna be. What's Shaq's go-to post move actually? Is it something like, is it just, do they auto drop step and kind of put a dude under the rim? Because if you can just do that by holding down up, the post game opens up for people just on a skill level. Because if you can make a big in my career that's just big and strong and give him all that athletic stuff, and all you got to do is catch it low on the block and hold the stick. And they do, remember old school in the game where you had Shaq shit, he would start just throwing people Shaq around kind of thing. Might get nasty.
That's what
right.
That's also why I'm glad they're doing this, because it's been a while since we had a real post update, even on like the post players that we had, that like the animations that they had from post players in general. It's kind of just been the same. I feel like Shaq's been the same for a minute. I don't know, it just hasn't been much. So I think having this or adding this makes them have to, we're gonna get just a big post upgrade in general. Hopefully some more players, like you said, a lot of old school players, maybe just a lot more options just down there in the post.
I think what I like about it too, and we can go over the trailer again maybe when we say this, but you even see it like a lot of pretty much all of the Brunson little floater shots you see in the game. I think those are all post go-to shots for guards. You know what I mean? I think that's all like, Brunson has that weird like kind of thing he does sometimes with his left kind of in the air. I think they kind of mapped that to be his post go-to shot essentially. So I kind of want to see with the guards. Like I feel like DeRozan, I showed DeRozan's at some point in the trailer. I think the DeRozan turnaround, I think is supposed to be his like his go-to post move shot. But I feel like think of people like Kawhi, I think of Kobe, like even with the guards, like with some of the, I wonder what stuff they set up. I think of KG's little shimmy into his hook. There's gonna be a lot of cool stuff in there that they can do.
A lot of the stuff I'm seeing, I will say, is with the Brunson thing, post stuff in general. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling big point guard this year for my point guard build, but I don't know yet. Bigger point guard at least.
Makes sense.
6'5", 6'6".
6'5", 6'5" guard might be the move. Especially because I feel like as the game is developed, they've separated speed and agility and dribble speed versus like, you can have a taller player and still be fine out there playing at your own pace. All right, we talked custom layups. We talked that. Defense, you talked about this. You want to go a little more to the body up in collisions. They didn't say a lot, but...
they just skimmed right past it, kind of. But it sounds like... Let's talk about it. Did it sound like that they're having, like the rebound timing, but it sounded like they're having timing for steals and stuff, or just, I mean, at least steals, maybe, I'm assuming steals, probably on-ball steals, and maybe off-ball pass steals, maybe, just rewarding you for timing. I don't know.
It's funny you said it, because I don't know, like, nothing I saw in the text, I think in the video a little more explicitly says it, but it's there because, or I think it's two things for me. It's like for the roadmap. When the roadmap says what they're going to talk about, not necessarily what we saw in this blog here, but what the
Mm-hmm.
roadmap said was going to be in this blog. They talked a lot about the kind of the skill. When they talked about the skill gap and the skill level, like reward and skill, they brought it up for offense and defense. So they were almost like they're saying, like, not just RNG as a defender, you're going to feel like that. And I feel like they threw us the rebound time, and that's kind of a hint of that. But I think what they don't want to say is that a lot of it is going to go back to maybe how old 2Ks used to be, where you feel like you can get ripped really easy by a defender who just knows the timing of the dribbles and kind of everything
Yep.
like that. If
Mm-hmm.
they haven't said it, but it feels like that's where we're going. Somebody saw in the clip too, it seems like the body up steals are back too, like where you can cut off the dude and kind of get the X tap on the
Yeah.
body up and get those back. So I think they're not explicitly saying it, but it seems like we're going to be back to that place where the real defensive like gods that know how to like, yeah, know as well as the dudes who know how to handle, know like when the spots are to body up, when the spots are to get the X button. I think that's going to be there, especially because I think that's the reason the quick protect is in there. I think they put the quick protect in there as a thing
Yep.
because they know that ball is going to be loose anytime, like it's going to be real loose and real stealable anytime you're not protecting, kind of type thing. So they wanted to
Mm-hmm.
give you a tool to kind of use that to your advantage, actually, which I want to see that even with
Yeah.
pro play, what those animations are, like how the machine learning does the steal attempt from the defense with pro play into the quick protect, like what that actual interaction looks like and how you can maybe launch out of that. I
Yeah.
want to see. There's a lot of interesting stuff I want to see there. They'd be like you said, they never show a lot of it. I think it's a hard thing to capture on like screen. You have to almost like feel it on the stick. So I get why they don't necessarily
Yeah.
show it on screen as much like early on. But yeah, I'm like you're saying, I think a lot of it's gonna be there. They made it seem like block timing. Also, I want to see how that works though, because nothing
Yeah.
explicitly said, but they made it seem like timing blocks and body ups, you're going to feel more rewarded for contest. But also, they just kind of said the generic thing about contest. They always say, I'm glad we get the percentages
Mm-hmm.
back, but we'll go from there. But yeah, I think that's most of
Yeah.
it. We talked about the
Yeah.
rebound
I think
timing.
they probably keeping it low key because
Hmm.
I mean, but that's the thing, y'all. No RNG like defense has to be really good, you
Yeah.
guys. So
Hmm.
I don't want to hear no complaints. Y'all ain't gonna hear
It's.
nothing from me because that's fun for me. Like I want, like yes,
Hmm.
please
Hmm.
let us play actual defense. Like I could care less about people
Hmm.
making everything. If I'm able to do what I do to stop that, then it's
Exactly.
fine. But the
Hmm.
problem is if you guys end up nerfing defense because all these people are complaining, that's where the game's just gonna become unbalanced. So
Exactly.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think defense is getting a big upgrade. You
Feels like
said
it's
something
gonna.
else. I forgot what I was about to say. Something about the
Rebound time and
what was it?
interior D. I'm
Body.
trying to think what we were going through. I like the rebound timing. I feel like that's one of those things that's probably low key been in the game for like 2 or 3 years now, but they're just giving us like a signify like an animation for it now. But I
Yeah.
like that the whole game seems to be moving up timing more. But yeah, hoping defense feels good.
Oh,
I think
that's what I was gonna say.
yeah.
The quick protect. That's the other thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that they're trying to really enforcing the quick protect because it seems like it doesn't quick protect doesn't take away any energy or anything. So it just seems like something that you're literally just going another
Mhm.
layer for people who are dribbling to just have to think about instead of just
Yeah.
being able to just
Mhm.
lollygag and just kind of just dribble out there while you're not doing nothing. Like you kind of always
Mhm.
got to stay on your toes, and they have this feature, but you have
Mhm.
to remember to just be having to remember to use a whole nother feature, just the quick protect feature in
Mhm.
general. I feel like that
This
just
is the
adds to the
most.
skill gap, just the dribble,
Mhm.
just for the dribbling.
And I think they picked this animation too because I feel like they almost wanted to feel fighting game-ish. Like it's kind of, or even just yeah, just any
Yeah.
type of just like kind of like a parry or like a counter. It's like more like the steal is probably going to be successful unless you as the player do the thing to stop it from being successful. You know what I mean? Like you're
Mm.
not trusting like RNG for lack of a better term. You're not trusting the game with the rating system, everything like determine whether like obviously
Yeah.
there'll be badges and that'll help everything. But I think a lot of it's just like you don't want to get picked. Just when you see them going for that, I think the way
Hold on. Wait. I lost audio on you. Test test.
no, my bad. I'm talking with my hands too much. I
Oh,
accidentally muted my mic.
oh,
But yeah, pretty much like if you just look at this, right? It feels like ball dribbling right hand, player goes for the steal for that ball. He hits quick tap L2 right at that moment, so he escapes in that way.
yeah.
That like I think this is what a quick L2 tap looks
Hmm.
like. You see, like even if he held it down, it's set up that he goes into a post if he wants to, but just it's a quick tap, so
Uh
it's just
huh.
a quick kind of turning away. But I think they want I think we'll see
Yeah.
pretty I feel like wonder if it's the first time we actually 2K might feel like you reach out teach is possible kind of type thing where you actually like can take advantage of a player. If you time your cancel, essentially, if you time your L2, your quick protect at the right time, you actually get him in a lunge motion and you kind of hesitation in the space for a drive. We'll see how
Kind
it
of, yeah,
goes.
that's what I was gonna say. It looks like Luca just blow by right there inside that clip. Just okay, now just straight blow by.
Exactly. We'll see, man. But yeah, now that we talked a little about the no dips already. Said hold the left trigger while receiving a pass while standing still to square up, catch the ball high and seamlessly. I want to see how this feels. I feel like rhythm shooting already, like for me, I think for a lot of people, like we slowed down your shot releases, right? It's a lot harder to do rhythm shooting with like the super fast releases, the very quicks. So I feel like this is another reason like to slow it down a little more though. You know, like, oh, I can slow down, especially if you're mostly a catch and shoot player. I can slow down my release, knowing that there's a way for me to artificially make my release faster and still know that I have the timing for it. You know what I mean? Because it gets to a
That's
point.
perfect for me because
Yeah.
I played the whole time last year with a slower like that was my first last
Yeah.
year was my first time playing without my shot speed all the way
Yeah.
up and it actually really worked out for me just as a point guard. But yeah, having that just with the having that just as an option, kind of just bringing me to a regular speed shot essentially, being able to go to that.
Exactly.
Uh,
Knowing
Being
that
able
for
to have that as an option, that's gonna be clutch.
knowing that all your catch and shoots can be actually a little bit faster. It's like, yeah, it opens up a
Yeah.
lot. Knowing like, yeah, you don't have to worry about trying to nail the timing on a moving shot. I think that only works. It doesn't work for moving shots too. It kind of gives you that freedom to be like, okay, my moving shot can be slower as long as I create the space. I got timing to get the timing right, and then I can speed it up for the catch and shoot. That's the thing. There's a lot of. I want to see how much that affects. That's the other part with the whole no RNG. There's some tools in place that can really buff like that aren't RNG that just like skill based that can make you a much better shooter. Like I think like the fact that the rhythm shooting can exist, like they're saying you can green shots with rhythm shooting where you speed up your release, right? You flick the stick forward like faster to get it off quicker. Thrown with added onto that the catch and shoot quick shot no dip is just like, oh, there's just if you get dudes that are just really good at this game that master that, it's gonna literally feel like trying to guard Ray Allen in certain moments where guys
Feel
are
like you
just gonna
can't get a
be
contest. Oh yeah, it's too
it's
quick.
like that they're actually like the thing that sometimes happens where like, oh, you give too much space, this game is tough, you don't get too it's gonna go from 2K not giving you a good contest to like, oh no, he just actually got that shot off before I even like thought to get hands up kind of type thing where it's just it can get that's the thing. I want to see if people complain what happens because this game can get, I think in a cool way, a way that can make ranked actually kind of fun and just make more competitive levels of the game really fun. But it can be scary also on the other end how good people might be able to get at this stuff. Revamp SIGs. Oh, this is kind of nice. So I don't know if you ever done so part of the go-tos, but like kind of you hold like RT and up to start. Yeah, you do that one like the little dribbles. Seems like you can kind of just do them on your own with the left and rights kind of type thing a little more. It seems like you can kind of just stick back and forth. Seems like if you just go up and down or left and right, you can kind of just trigger some basic kind of stuff. Just keep going instead of having to do specific. Just slowly go like this. I'm about to do it like this, or slowly go like up and down on your stick. Like
that's what they need that instead of just having to sit there, instead of having to go into full animation or just standing there and dribbling.
Because I feel like even I'll do that more now, where I'll just flick the stick on my own, but it's not always seamless. Whether you're like, because if you're just going back and forth, sometimes it's a crossover, sometimes between the legs, and it doesn't seamlessly go between all of them. But it'd be nice if it just has a set kind of animation that goes as long as you keep doing just left right almost same thing.
Yeah,
it'd be interesting. Ooh, slow motion Euros. I feel like these might be fun. I wonder how slow they're gonna. I wonder if you go full kind of the thing that Paz did this last year, or just stop on the dime.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
I could see them adding that. That's the
full stop on
I don't
the
know,
dime.
just something you're starting to see more players doing.
Yeah, I feel like the reason that they showed a lot of Harden for a reason. I feel like the Harden's funny because Harden's kind of past his prime in that way. He's still really good, but past his prime. But I feel like the legend of 2K is kind of just starting because I feel like this game is kind of built in a lot of little ways to take advantage of James Harden's skill set on the sticks if you know what you're doing. Because just his Euros are already really nasty, and you throw the slow down on them, it can get kind of nasty. Especially, I wonder how much. That's probably something to look for. I wonder if that's gonna make the foul draw or whistle, if that makes that actually a worthwhile badge in a way it usually doesn't feel. Especially like in fives, because on a slower Euro, people are just going to spam reaches more. And if you have that badge, you're just going to get a lot more free throw attempts, actually. Like, I wonder if it opens up actually the Harden foul baiting with Euro type thing.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, we'll see. I like rat passes having their own button. I wonder if people are mad they don't have fancy passes anymore. But I'm kind of glad that button actually does something now.
Wait, really?
It's double tap and B. That's how you do the
That
rat
was happened
pass.
to be. Oh, that's the right
Yeah,
pass now. Oh, dope.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
No, I feel like it's
Oh
nice
boy, I
because
gotta adjust to that. I'm so used to double tapping B for no reason.
yeah. I feel like my player throws it all over the place with the fancy passes, so I usually stay away from it. But it'll be nice having that in there. I'm the example they showed of a rat pass. I get what they were going for. It's not what I think of as a rat pass necessarily. Like I get it. It's kind of like
Yeah,
LaMelo throwing it with one hand. It's one hand passing. It works. It's not quite the like somebody posting in
yeah,
front of me and I want to wrap around. I feel like I'll see. Hopefully, it's a nice, helpful tool. People sleep on how good the bounce
mhm,
pass just straight up B is in pick and rolls if you kind of find the right timing and space with it. But I'm hoping
yeah.
this opens up a whole nother level with the wrap kind of. What's the face? I want to see what the animations look like for him. Like if Chris has a really good animation for it, I could see it actually opening up pick and roll stuff a little bit. But we'll see. Oh, you see screens. You know how like when you're playing. Do you see this one? You know, like when you're playing offline or you're playing solo, you can change your screen with like LT or whatever.
Yeah.
So you can do that as the screener now. Like I can, you don't have to like manually try to turn your screen around. I can just while I'm setting the screen,
Uh,
just like on the solo, I can just switch my screen direction with that button with the trigger.
switch it.
Yeah, or LB.
Mm,
I don't know if it's LB or R, whichever button it is, but you know what I mean.
yeah.
I feel like that
Yeah,
opens up.
that's.
Yeah,
Mm,
you set up the go screen into the rescreen kind of. Yeah, opens up some more plays for the on ball stuff. AI and coaching. I want to see the drive again. This all sounds good. I'm waiting for help defense to feel like NBA defense on a string for an entire game. It's just not. It's never fully been there. I feel like they're getting closer on the drives. Where I feel like on the drives you'll see like a help and a top drop and kind of the rotation around the wing kind of type thing. The pick and roll defense just
mhm.
kind of sucks most years to me at the end of it. It's like nobody helps off. It's just like the way NBA, you watch the way NBA pick and roll defense works is like usually there's a third player that's helping deal with the roll man, and that just doesn't happen in 2K really in a way that you can't just spam
Yeah,
lobs most of the time in the offline.
yeah.
Um, so I'm hoping that gets fixed. They're talking the good talk that they got the help defense coming together, but we'll see. This is cool. The driving kick. I want to see if the offense is actually just better. It seems like like the offense defaults to pick and roll a lot. Essentially, like kind of the high
Yeah,
screen freelance. It seems like the AI offense is
yeah.
gonna also default to driving kick, kind of drive kick and kind of pass it, get them in the blender, kind of OKC style, like drive kick type action. So,
Hmm.
want to see if that's good. Feel like it could be another evolution of offense and the offense feeling just more sophisticated. We'll see though.
Yeah.
I
I
think we're
have to
getting.
play some My League this year.
Yeah, I'm hoping they give me a reason to, man. I think that was probably the more frustrating part last year was the
Oh,
gameplay felt really good. Like I would like just get on there and play nows against that computer
yeah,
just because the gameplay felt that good, but there was just no reason to jump into the
yeah.
game and actually do it. Like I need some motivation. I need my NBA to have a rebrand, or just it needs to be better in a lot of ways.
A little revamp, y'all. We not even asking for nothing major, just something,
Yeah,
something.
get me in the mix. Freelance engine seems like it's better for my player. I don't know if that affects much for most people. Improved double teams. This actually was interesting. The double teams. It seems like because you know how the way it works now, a guy just starts going and they just start randomly. Like as soon as the guy catches the ball, they throw two bodies at him, and it's really easy for that player just as off like it's just
To
easy to
get
just pass to the open man kind of
to
type
read it,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah, seems like they're
yeah.
gonna think about it more. I think we'll try to get. It's funny they always do this where they're announcing the thing that I definitely saw happen a couple times last year where they'll wait till
Mm.
the offense will actually wait till like the last 5 or 6 seconds of the shot clock to actually go double kind of type
To
thing. Like if
actually
it's
go,
late
yeah.
shot clock, it makes sense. Seems like they're going to do more stuff like that. We'll see.
Hmm.
80 plays in the playbook now. Uh, yeah, more variables to AI difficulty. They added an intermediate to learn 2K. For sure. Anything else from all of this? I feel like this is a good time to jump back into do the trailer again.
Yeah, yeah. Get the trailer.
All right, let's watch it. Let's take our time this time. Feel free to just tell me when to pause. I'm gonna have times I want to pause probably. But yeah, we can
Got
do
you.
it. How about you? Cool. We good on time. I feel like we just go long and then we can cut. You can cut it to whatever you want it to be later.
No, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm good.
Yeah. Let's get it. All right. I'm not playing audio to y'all, right? Okay, good. I'm gonna mute it for myself too, though. All right, let's get it. And lighting really good. I just feel like it doesn't always look this great. I don't like that lay. That layup looked very 2K. That kind of bothered me. That didn't look smooth, but it's okay. I feel like this is the lighting. I feel like the background lighting. I don't feel like they've done that before. I feel like you
Yeah.
see it earlier. Yeah, like with all that in the background. I don't feel like I haven't seen that. I like that. Mm, stuff we've seen before. Again, focusing on a lot of focus on James. Again, they want James to look really smooth. Bogdanovich being in here is very funny. I think that's supposed to be a
Steph.
quick shot. I think these are supposed to be quick shots. Let's see.
What about Steph and Mitchell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom. See, I feel like there's a dip. You can almost see it. I feel like with Steph's it looks more smooth. With Mitchell's, you can almost see you can see the jank, right? You can see the game not clip, but you can see it kind of change in the middle. If you
Hmm.
watch closely, bow, and then right there, you see that how that
Yeah,
happens.
yeah,
That's definitely like
yeah.
video gaming, which is fine because
Hmm.
gameplay you just want it to feel good, and it's gonna feel good. But yeah, I think that's our first example. Steph's looks way more smooth, but you can kind of see it.
Yeah.
But that also might be Steph's just might have a fast average release because that kind of looks like there might have been a little dip to that one. Boom
What is
again.
Steph shot right this year?
Just my favorite pass. It's your body up. Oh, heck, man, nothing there. There's what I think. See, oh, there you go. See Brunson,
Brunson.
guard playmaker, or guard post play. I think that's a guard post play go to right here. Let's see it. Wow, yeah. See, right. Said I was thinking this
Mm.
was fake right into the shot there. Ooh, a little ankle breaker with KD's pro play. I like that. That's definitely Brunson. That's another one right there. You
That's
see.
nice. Yeah.
I feel like you can almost see those
Oh,
the two sides of the move kind of break into each other if you look at it close enough, right?
yeah.
Like you start here, and then that fake
Start there.
takes us right into. It's about to pop up right after this. Boom. Yeah, you're
Back
gonna see
into
that.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that's about to be cold.
and yeah, with the guard stuff, I feel like it can be really nasty. I feel like more layup stuff for go-to stuff with the guards too. I don't like this play. This is 2K BS. I feel like this is just
Yeah,
everything that
that
looks
looks. Yeah.
there.
Mm-hmm.
That's like when you're playing against your friend in on a couch call or a couch game, and it's just you
Yeah.
read the play and it doesn't matter you're getting dunked on because they double tapped what's the face. They did see. Oh, did you see that? That's actually good to bring it up. You have to they change the button sometimes for the alley oop catch as a skill level thing, so you can't just be X sometimes. Sometimes it'll be a
Oh,
different. So maybe that's part of why maybe they're just harder to pull off. But yeah, it seems like they're
that's
trying to
dope.
make
Actually, I like
yeah,
that.
just make it a little more difficult. So it's funny. It's the funniest one, and it has some of the dopest pro play animation. I feel like you might just get on and just mess around with some of the pro play stuff and some of the go tos. He has some of the best pro play and go to animations, but they don't have his face
Mm.
scan, so you don't see his face in any of
Uh,
these shots. It's just hilarious. That's really good foot planning too. Young LeBron. You tell he doesn't have anything. That's a very generic. I'm gonna say. I'll say even little stuff. I think this is the part that people sleep on with the pro play too, is how much like everything you're about to see. I'll start even with the cat one. Because this is the cat one's definitely from pro play, I would guess. Because people just think of it as the like in game mechanics stuff. But watch like that's pro play, I bet. And then
yeah.
everything we get after the dunk. I feel like this is all pro play too. Like somebody just actually got Steph shimmy in that move. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's from them doing these things in the game, actually, kind of type shit. I think
Yeah.
people are sleeping. Just all the little stuff like that you get with pro play. It really takes the game to the next level, just nuance wise. That really gonna make me buy $100 version, man. I didn't think I was gonna do it. I didn't think I was gonna do it. Anything else? I think that was mostly from the trailer I want to hit on. We can go through the
Yeah.
Mike Wang Q&A. I'm trying to think, was there anything
There's
else?
not a certain date we got to pre-order by, right?
No, I usually do. As long as you get the version, you could do it even after the 29th, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
You can still do it. Yeah, so there's no rush on it. Anything else? Nah. Yeah. See, it's good. I like what they're doing, man. All right, let's get to our man Mike. You want to do? We can go from the top down, actually, just so we can hit the new stuff. He said this was possible. I'll just say this first. Somebody asked. Somebody said who we had. We need to be able to launch out of the dribble quick first step in 2K26. That's generally blah blah blah. And then Mike Wang quote tweeted this and said you'll be able to chain together two back to backs like this. So it's a
Yeah.
nice little move actually. That's cool. I feel like it hasn't been there.
Give me 1 sec. 1 sec.
You good? Take your time. We got anybody in chat? Feel free to throw us a little Q&A. We got the time of the show where if y'all want to ask some questions, feel free. While we waiting for J Badge, we can any questions y'all got or any thoughts, just thoughts, y'all reactions to 2K. What y'all think? I'm gonna go through the trailer again, maybe while we're waiting for J Badge to come back and see if I see anything to talk about. Anybody want to jump on the call? Hey, we back. Hey. All right, let's build it. I gotta stop asking people for engagement. I feel like the viewers always go down when I do that. All right, let's jump in, Mike. So yeah, these apparently, I kind of like this. I feel like they had a couple double crosses that were nice, but they weren't. It was hard to double cross momentum forward. But I feel like if they kind of got that in the mix, where you can do double moves that also momentum you forward, that's actually a pretty solid move right here. Yeah. All right, what's new? Are there any new passing controls? Why is this in the blog? If there was more passing than just the rap, it's fine. Let's do it this way so we're not looking at Twitter too much. All right. Are there any new passing controls? Another passing feature added for 2K26 is contextual auto lob passes with, oh boy, I don't know if I like that. With this new auto lob to moving passes.
I saw that. Yeah.
Controller setting enabled. Pressing the normal pass button A or cross for the PS5ers, or icon passing will throw lob passes to moving receivers in situations where normal chest pass will be more prone to getting intercepted. The funny part of this is just nothing ever changes. Like this is how 2K like worked back in 2K, 2K1, 2K2. Yeah. This is how lobs work. You would just throw them sometimes. I don't like this at all, especially just, I don't know. I feel like on both ends. I feel like players, I guess you can disable it. So I guess that works. So I guess the only reason I'm concerned is just I don't like gifting. I don't like gifting lobs to people that did not see that pass actually. Because you know it's gonna be people that weren't even trying to pass to the person who caught the lob. Sometimes they're gonna be trying to pass to a totally different person and throw a sick lob without trying. I don't know.
I like the idea of the lob pass. Just like let us. I mean, they kind of already had it. Yeah, just let.
It was fine how
people
it was.
have to make the choice. People have to make the choice to do it. Don't just give it. Don't just give it.
Again, I feel it as an offline thing. Like even as a lower level thing, I just don't know if we need it in comp. That's kind of the only thing. Like I feel like you just want to give people the ability to have the auto lobs for people that don't want to try to get, because lobs in their credit, lobs have gotten a lot more difficult over the last like 4 or 5 years in 2K. Like just how to pull them off in the different types of ones. So I get it from that point, but I don't know if we need that. Like, dang near this should auto be off in ranks, right? Like, right?
Yeah.
No reason it should be on. Yeah. Also, the fact that that's the only other pass added, which is fine. You got to add something. I'll take it. Do motion styles have this? Feels like a weird question. Like, yes, motion styles are driven by pro play, just like dribble styles. Some styles will naturally be quicker and more explosive. Oh, so that actually was. That was always the thing. So, last year, like Jalen Suggs had this really intense running animation that nobody else had in the game. Like they had a really intense sprint, but I guess I think it's just like, oh, Jalen Suggs plays harder than most people. So if you have his motion style, you're going to sprint faster than, not faster, I guess, type thing. But it seems like the motion styles will be quicker and more explosive.
And they added rating gates too.
Yeah, that makes sense. If it's going to be like that, I like them adding rating gates to it. But I hope this means you guys added much. I was so pissed. You guys you have like 3 effing defensive motion styles in the entire game, and you took one of them away because Kawhi had one. I think DeJounte has one, and Andre Iguodala used to have one. You can't even use Andre's anymore because of the retired BS where you guys can't use his stuff anymore. So we have like 2 defensive, like I like defense, man. We have 2 defensive motion styles right now. Sorry, I'm not looking at my camera. We have 2 defensive motion styles right now. I need a bunch more this year. I need
I expect a bunch more with all their hype, or just with a little bit of hype we got on defense. I feel like there should be gotta have more defensive motions.
Need it. Okay. Like even the other way, you can make guards have like small guards have bad motion styles because it's like we can get deep with it. It doesn't have to just be good players. Are there improvements to standing dunks? Wrong thing, my fault. Bow. Okay, are there any improvements to standing dunks? Rework the logic for standing dunks to make them more reliable for bigs who aren't too crowded under the rim. We've also retuned standing skills to have generally standing skill dunks to generally have larger green windows to compensate for how fast most of those dunks are. That actually, I understand that. I feel like people aren't going to be, it's going to make defending, as somebody who has to do a lot of defending at the rim, it's going to make defending at the rim a lot more difficult, but I'm also not mad at it because it also always felt like a disadvantage that bigs that mostly do standing dunks don't really get to use the meter for dunks because it's just impossible to time those quick. So I understand it. I think it's a perfectly good ad. It's gonna make my job harder as a defender, but I think it should be in there. So I like that. I feel like that's another reason to make it big. I feel like again, also bro, the Shaq go to if you can start that's the thing because the way you can break them out. If Shaq has a go-to that just clears the paint and you can cancel out of that after you clear the paint and go right into a unstoppable rhythm dunk or timing dunk. That's nasty. It can get really nasty. We're not even talking about like hook shots and pump fakes and everything yet. Because again, Hakeem, I wonder what, just giving people Hakeem's go-to post animation, just having that be a tool that people can unlock. Like if you can unlock a dream shake just by holding the stick forward, I think that opens up the post game for a lot of people too. Yeah. There's a lot of levels to how it can get there. All right. I'm liking most of these so far. Okay, good question.
Are there any changes to burst and changes in direction for ball handlers?
We spent some time tuning the dribbler's ability to start, stop, and cut. The speed and tightness of changing direction will vary based. Okay, seems like they want to give you quicker.
I like that. Because sometimes it feel like
just floaty.
That's also a problem I have in rematch now too. It's just sometimes I feel like my hands is moving faster than the actual game can process.
Exactly. No, I'm starting to feel a rematch more too. I feel like the more I've been playing, it's like, oh dang, I'm definitely doing inputs that the game just isn't gonna register actually. No, so I like this. Yeah, I think to the craft, I feel like as much people kind of say, they say the same thing every year. They're like, every year they are trying to make the foot planning better, and it's never, you're always going to have some slidey stuff, but every year it does get better. We're going to keep working towards perfect, but it's getting better. At least I like they're still working on it. What else we got? Oh yeah, you can
no dip, catch and shoot, and team control modes.
Yeah, looks like you still can. That's dope. Good to know. Which makes sense. I feel like as long as you hold LT as the guy still catch, like make the pass and hold LT on the catch essentially, and you're good to go. Yeah. For the offliners or for even the play now onliners. I guess my team people too. Are there any changes to Plux? Oh, this is a good answer to the question.
Yeah, this is a good one probably.
All right. Are there any changes to Plux steals and lane steals? On-ball steal targeting and steal animations have been improved to reward defenders who position themselves well and anticipate the dribbler's move. The canned animation, Plug steals have almost entirely been disabled. Pass interceptions have been tuned a bit, but are smaller in effectiveness. Okay. So it seems like, I actually kind of like that. So it seems like the pluck, like the more of the being caught, like the steal that is just a result of like more like RNG. It's like I pressed the button, the game decided, so we're gonna play through a steal animation. It seems like it is gonna be more about like less steal animation because it's gonna be more about timing that steal button when the ball is loose and not just the ball gets loose quickly type thing. So less seem like reward defenders who position themselves well and anticipate the dribbler's moves. I really hope that thing, if you just see the crossover, you can really get the X tap and just kind of go with it. But yeah, I like it. Seems like they're trying to take away some of the animation. It seems like that sounds like the whole somebody pressed the X button, but they didn't time the X button. They just pressed the steal button after you made the pass or as you were making a pass, and the ratings are high. So now the ball's gonna morph to them, or they're gonna morph to the ball. It seems like they're saying less of those. Which again, badges still have to be effective, so I question how much that's gonna be true, but it seems like less of those. Let's see how it goes. 1 second, I got a bot in here. All right. Getting it. Anything else new? Can you cancel out of the post go-to shots? For the post shots that have a dribble, yes, you can cancel like regular go-to
Yeah,
shots. You can always pump fake and chain to step throughs also. So yeah, like I said, you get the step throughs, but also seems like the ones that involve dribble. So I'm assuming DeRozan has one that's kind of like a dribble turn kind of type thing. But it
yeah.
seems like you can start that, and if you let it go soon enough, you can kind of start that move and keep your
Hmm.
dribble, which is kind of nice actually.
Yeah.
So like might be that's the thing. I think people are sleeping on how much this can open up the game for even non-post players. Like if people that are willing to just kind of use the LT to kind of launch some
Use
moves.
the LT. That's what I'm
Actually,
saying.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot that can come from the post. The post go-to shots. Again, I would just also encourage people like just hop on the game and just pick different players and just press the right stick up and just see what they do and start to learn. Like this game has a lot of interesting stuff, and then learn how like it's really easy to branch off of all those. The go-to moves are going to be
Yeah.
part of the future of this game, especially the way pro play is. So it's worth it to learn them. Turn and shot mirror. This seems like where the new stuff fly. I saw you talk about most of this stuff already.
Yeah. There'd be a boost for turning shot meter off.
Yeah,
Yes. Just get
always.
rid of shot meter 2K. Y'all
Yeah,
hanging on to it. It's no point
I don't know
anymore. I
if we
mean, I think
need it.
everybody should learn to shoot without.
Mm,
I don't know.
I don't.
Yeah, well, credit to anybody who actually learns how to use a shot meter online. Like I can't
I
use that
don't
shit
understand
online.
it.
I've used it on offline. Like
Like
if
the
I'm using like a
learning,
full
yeah.
squad, then yeah, I have to because I'm using like five different players. But
Mm,
like, yeah, anybody who's using it online, I don't know. I mean, unless you just got it figured out, but I also do feel like a lot of y'all do yourself a disservice having to
mm-hmm.
watch a shot meter when
You need that
it's
bigger
not full. It
window,
can't. It's
man.
just no way it could be fully accurate. There's no way it could be fully accurate just with how latency works.
Yeah. Oh, you can pull the chair again. Hey, that
Oh
used to
yeah, I
be in
saw
the
that
game.
too. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
It used to be just by pulling your stick back. I feel like this is less natural, but sure. I guess you
Is
need
it
it. I guess
by
you need
tapping
it's the flop
B?
button. I
Yeah.
guess they need the flop button to do something because the flop button doesn't do anything
Ah,
actually. I mean, it flops. There's just no effectiveness in the game. I feel
yeah,
like they always robbed you of that. I always feel like you and Kyle Lowry got the biggest disservice from the fact they just went away from flopping being a mechanic in the game for real. Because remember they had
yeah.
charge card and everything. I feel like
They
you were
had to. Yeah.
yeah, you really worked the system. And I feel like that was the spirit of Kyle Lowry living on in the
Mm,
game, but they decided nobody used it except for
yeah.
people should watch you play. Got some good use out of that. Even online, that was always the funny part. Uh,
Yeah.
baseline
Made any changes to
sensitivity.
it?
This is nothing. Oh, attempting layups, baseline layups. Okay, I do like that. I feel like that always
Yeah.
is.
I
Yeah,
think I see what they're talking about. Yeah.
it should always be improving, honestly, because that's always where you get some weird moments where the game doesn't do what you want it to do. Size of the green width and different for no. Oh, this is a good question actually. Is the
Yeah,
size
that's a
of
good one. I don't think I got
You're good. Is the size of the green window different for no dip compared to regular catch and shoot shots? The green window for quick catch and shoot shots are the same as regular shots. It's possible this could change in the future. Okay. I really want to see if people can actually pull it off actually and see if it's just too
Yeah.
fast. Because they might, I'm assuming they would just take the
Almost.
window and push it back a little bit for the quick shots
Hmm.
kind of type thing to figure out the timing. But I like that they're letting us at least try it out first. Because again, I think that's a
Yeah.
real skill. I think people are sleeping on how much that can be a real skill gap and also just
Hmm.
encourage people to be more catch and shoot players. I feel like they've had these ways of trying, like I think Claymore back in the day, the one that was supposed to just the more you stood still, the better. Like they try to kind of get people to be more catch and shoot shooters, but I feel like this is probably the first
Yeah.
like gameplay mechanic, not just a badge boost. That's like, yeah,
Hmm.
you should be looking to spot up and be a good like read your defender, be a good off ball player as a shooter type thing. Um, be an active corner sitter. Uh, if you don't,
If you don't green a rebound,
oh,
yeah.
another good question. You can still okay. If you don't grab a rebound, if you don't green a rebound, can you still get it? What happens when two people both green a rebound? You can still grab a
That's a good
rebound.
question.
Yeah, that's a really good question. You can still grab a rebound if you don't green timing, and if a little player is trying to out rebound a big, excellent time will often not be enough. That's good to know. Excellent timing will not be enough to secure the board. So even if like you got a 6'3" dude who timed his rebound perfect and the 7-footer who didn't, the 7-footer should still grab the rebound. They're saying most of the time, but it seems
Hmm.
like still enough that you could probably steal some rebounds every now and then. If the big makes zero effort and just stands there, the little guy will have a better chance with perfect timing, though. Okay, that's good to know. So there is a way to steal some rebounds from guys who just aren't locked
Wait, okay, but what happens if two bigs who are if it's just two bigs
in.
going for and they both get perfect. That's what they not saying.
Yeah, let's see. If two players green the rebound timing, the outcome is decided by position ratings and height.
See,
There's nothing else you could say, but that
get
just sounds like a lot of bull.
tricky.
Yeah, I can't see that
Yeah.
being implemented in a way that doesn't feel like BS, but that's nothing we could do about that. I guess. The core mechanics around how rebounding work isn't changed in 2K26 time of year. That's the thing. This is just something that's always been the game. They're just giving us an animation for it, I guess. It's always been an important aspect of rebounding. The indicator was added just to help players understand how So you're really trying to teach niggas how to rebound. That's kind of what the green animation is, actually,
Yeah.
which is kind of funny. All right. Oh, can you
New
still do
flashy
flashy
pass button.
passes?
Mm.
Has moved to circle, cross circle. Oh gosh, you guys
Cross
make people think. Okay, so now that flashy passes is now rat passes. So rat passes is the double B or the double circle. That means and now what is it? So AB or X
AB.
AB is now which was self alley oops. That's how you toss it to yourself off the glass. Now those are
Yeah.
flashy passes, and now the toss to yourself off the glass is now XY, which I guess wasn't
Mm.
doing anything before. Be some new learnings, but yeah, okay. Flashy pass is still a thing. You still get your flashies. Um, I feel like there's gonna get people to just maybe. I feel like a lot of people do flashy passes just because they kind of spammed B button when they wanted to make a bounce pass, and I feel like the fact that that gives them a rat pass now instead of a flashy pass that can sometimes lead to a turnover is actually beneficial for the
Yeah.
people. All right. Okay. It seems like the first one he did of the new after day one.
Yeah.
New controls for signature size up. Branching and changing moves will generally feel more responsive, and you can interrupt more moves than you could in 25. We made an effort to make dribbling faster and the inputs more responsive as well. You'll find some great new content as well as a return of some old favorites, Pippins behind the back wrap. So I think dribble heads will be able to create some nice highlights this year. Yeah, it seems like they just want to. It seems like there's a lot of work to make. Again, the game. I think the goal of this game, really, year in and year out, going forward, is just making it so you can break from any animation anytime you want, and it doesn't look weird. That seems like the point of
Mm.
everything. Everything's quick. Everything is you can switch it. Everything is cancelable at any moment, and it looks good when you do it. I feel it. Yeah, we don't need to. We kind of talked rhythm shooting enough. Yeah, I think we're good. Dang. All right. Any closing thoughts?
They got where you at? Scale of 1 to 10.
Uh,
Where how excited your excitement level, or how much are you looking forward to?
I mean, they got me back. That's the thing. The gameplay always just going to be really exciting to me. So I guess I'll just say 7, not because anything I saw was
Yeah.
bad, just because at the end of the day, I think the big determining factor for my enjoyment of this game is going to be whether they fixed my NBA or just gave us something in that space. So I'm kind of a 7 with
Mm.
holding out hope for my NBA because this is good. This is the improvement I was hoping for, the improvement I wanted to see. Like everything, like I like the direction they're going with pro play. I like how it feels when people don't necessarily. Not everybody loves it. I think the fact that dribble heads are liking it means that we're going to be fine long term
Yeah.
about it. But I think it's improving gameplay wise in a way I like. I feel like what they did last year with my career was kind of perfect as far as just stream. I mean, given that they're never going to not make it not pay to win, they made it just
Yeah.
streamlined, small. It's the city, like everything. This is how my career should work. For the most of it is not sitting on spots. Most of it is just getting into a lobby, like the game probably always should have been.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
so I like all that. It's just really going to come down to whether the my NBA has something for us. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm not excited for the grind on the first build. I kind of want to, but besides that, I'm excited.
Yeah. I'll probably say I'm at a 7 or 8. 7 or 8, depending on I can't get too excited just because I'm such a I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. I need that rank to really be right. I need the rank to make sense. Like,
Exactly.
I don't know. Yeah, I need the rank
Yeah.
to make sense. And even if that doesn't, it'll be nice to have just something else to play.
Mm.
Yeah, just to have my league to go to. But yeah,
That's
really, yeah, ranked is gonna be a big deal breaker for me. But even if not, you still got pro am and everything. it would just be nice for 2K to have like just a serious ranked.
That's
So
what
yeah,
I
8 out of
was.
10, and
Yeah.
just gameplay. Or I'm looking forward to all the new. I'm looking forward to defense, and I'm looking forward to see how RNG, no
Hmm.
RNG, works out. Not looking forward to seeing everybody's reaction and all the different
Yeah.
opinions. If I'm 2K, bro, y'all need to just don't even go on social media the whole first 2 weeks.
No. Let people
Just
figure
let
it
people
out.
figure out the game first, because I feel like people complain way too early on 2K. Like that's one thing, and 2K does do a lot of bullshit. They have a lot of bullshit, but
Hmm.
yeah, like when the game first comes out and you guys are just throwing any complaint out there, like focus on the technical stuff, glitches, bugs, and all of that. That's what you want to focus on. Get those out the way before you start changing gameplay stuff. That's what I'll say.
Exactly. No, and I'm glad you said that too. I'm glad you brought up the my career part because I would say that is my career isn't perfect. It needs to continue to improve on kind of the same track gameplay is doing, right? Like I feel like yeah, we
Yeah,
have proven grounds now. I feel like again the actual structure of it makes a lot of sense. It does need to all improve though. Like proven grounds needs to be better. They're kind of due for a theater kind of like let's get theater to pick up a little bit. I feel like they tried the pro moves theater, the whole three dribble thing. I think more
yeah.
experimentation like that to like give us some more interesting things in theater. Probably more theaters like that's harder to balance getting people actually to play in them. But I feel like theater a little improvement. Ranked is one that needs big like jump. You gave it to us. Let's have part two look a lot better than
Yeah,
part one. But I would say also just personally, I'm glad you brought the my court back. I'm still waiting for them to make the my court like viable or valuable or something that's worth having in the game actually, because it's still kind of a little bit this year you can get shots up in there type thing, but there's just
yeah,
it doesn't exist as a place that needs to exist, and I feel like it's right there for you to let it be an actual hub. And I get part of it is like you want to be able to advertise to people, so you're pushing them to the outdoor space where they can see
yeah,
Nike and Jordan brand and all that stuff, the people that are paying you money. But I think having the
yeah.
my core actually go back to being a some version of a hub space where like players can get together before they go do a thing and have that make sense, or like just even play games in there, just even like have it work like well, like you should be able to go
Get
like
shots up,
run
have the
threes with the
timing,
team. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. Have the
make the
court be the
timing
right
matching.
size.
Ooh,
Be, yeah.
yeah. That's another thing too, just with all cores, you just made me think of it with the mod core. Like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
having that as a hub where we could just go, yeah, play
Mm-hmm.
threes or just get some shots up, but like so we can actually prepare to play online, because that's also a
Exactly.
thing that was really bad the last couple of years. It's just playing in different settings should not feel shooting should not feel different in every different setting. So like proving
Mm-hmm.
ground shooting should not feel different than theater shooting,
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't feel different than how you shoot in your mod court. Like they need
Yeah.
to be able to, they got to get consistent with that, because
Yeah.
that's not an intentional thing. That's just like a setting. That's a setting
Mm-hmm.
thing where they're
It's.
just I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
they just got to, and I know it's difficult with a sports game, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't see any other games really with that problem
Mm-hmm.
where it's like, yo, I'm playing the same exact game on the same exact difficulty, but I have to I have to hold my button
Mm-hmm.
down longer in this setting than I do, or in
Mm-hmm.
proving grounds than I do in theater, just for example. Just it shouldn't feel
Exactly.
different just by place you play. I don't That's one
Yeah.
thing they gotta fix too.
Especially for all the indoor places. Like I will grant them like if park feels different than most of the other stuff because you're rendering a bunch of extra crap. Like on the court, like there's games happening in the background. So like I give you that.
Yeah,
All the stuff that's inside, proving grounds, theater, pro am, all that stuff is inside in a control room. There's just the players on the court. That's all there's you like that's the only variables, right? Kind of type thing. We're all inside. It's all like rendered that there's no reason the timing for all those places shouldn't be the same.
yeah, mm,
So yeah, that's a good point also to bring up. And yeah, just again continue to make the my court more viable because that's part of it too. Especially like they had it where you could connect, like you could go to your my court and you could connect to a friend, and that got you a little closer to the online timing because you were connected to a different server. But it still was that thing was like
yeah.
you might be connected to a friend playing theater, and that's not going
Mm.
to feel the same as where they go playing in another space and all that stuff. So yeah, that's helpful. I think if you get your my court figured out, it fixes a lot of this stuff. But yeah, give me some good my court stuff. I'd appreciate it. All right. I think we got it. I was gonna say, what's next? What's this week? We're pretty. Let's see what day we get news. This
What, the
August
city news or
4th
whatever?
is My Player Builder. That's what we're getting next. So we're gonna get the
Oh,
builder.
oh,
I feel like they usually split the builder up into a couple of maybe they'll just do one day. So I don't know. Maybe Tuesday, maybe Thursday. It would seem figure they might just do Thursday every week. That might just be the move. So they did Thursday last week, right?
yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
So I would figure, I
Yeah,
would
if they
guess
do
Thursday.
builder, mm,
hmm Go ahead, my
yeah, if
bad.
they do builder, we'll probably be back. We'll probably come back and review
Yeah.
that too. That's what they're doing next.
hmm See what they say. We'll read this. This is what they say. We know how important the process of creating your My Player is, which is why we've added more depth and quality of life improvements to the builder, blah, 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 with new advanced tools like the ability to preview unlockable body types. I feel like they're doing a better job of that. They need to fix that with the cap breakers if there are going to be cap breakers. We need to be able to fully understand how all that stuff works before we make the build. Um, Fresh play styles year round. Cap breakers return with big improvements alongside even more new ways to improve upon your build that reward smarter progression and give you ways to evolve your playstyle all year long. 5 level takeover, assist, 5 level takeover, which I like. Did you like takeover last year? I like takeover actually. I like the change. I liked how
I
they
grew
did
to
it.
like it. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I
yeah,
grew
yeah.
to like it. Yeah.
Seems like it's coming back. That's another thing where it's just, again, a lot of the My Career stuff was really good last year, just as a decision to change how it's done. Just keep building though. Cause it seems like
hmm
they want to build on, like, it's good. Keep, like, give us a bunch of, like, essentially make it like another badge, like where it's like there's a bunch of different ways to
Yeah.
diversify how your player plays, kind of type
Mhm.
thing. Build diversity. They've been kind of pushing this on the seat. My player has been balanced to ensure all heights, short and tall, can be effective on the court. Blah blah blah. Overall, the build remains intuitive for beginners, but veteran players can dig deep. So yeah, I want to see. It seems like there's more. I mean, every year it seems like there's more freedom. I feel like they've gotten to a good point of balancing where it's like you kind of can make the player you want to the limit of where that player will still be balanced. You know what I mean? Like you have
Yeah.
that kind of freedom more and more each year. So it seems like they keep building on it. But we'll see. We'll talk builder. We'll probably be back Thursday. Um, yeah. I don't know if this is gonna be J Badge Raps Casual Gamer, but appreciate y'all rocking with me. I might have a YouTube
Sir,
soon. If I do,
appreciate
I'll tell
y'all.
J Badge to put the link in there.